if people start typing, he said this or she said that, it won't come up.
No, but just on this debate, do you know, just on that debate, that word could have been blocked and then unblocked, couldn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, you come on and said it should have been blocked from the start, didn't you? And I'm just explaining that.
No, from the start of the conversation.
Yeah. But
to be honest, darling, we do have really good mods in here, and I do get where MT was coming from. I weren't telling you off, MT. No, and people have been muted, and I do think we have probably one of the kindest chats going on TikTok. So, yeah. Yeah,
but that's just the reason why it wasn't blocked from the beginning, just because obviously it stops people's opinions and they get upset about it. So that was the reason why it wasn't added. I just thought I'd explain.
Thank you, MT, darling.
See you later.
Bye, darling. Yeah, mods, I wasn't telling you off, guys. I wasn't telling you off, but I do understand why that word wasn't muted. But Ziana, we do have the best mods in the business, and we have a kind chat. It's always very respectful.
Yeah. Just thinking of people's mental health this morning.
Yeah, I know, darling. I know. All right. Thank you, Ziana.
Bye-bye, hon.
Bye. Bye, darling. Yeah, Top Girl started on Jay. To be honest, if Top Girl's pregnant, I don't think she should be in boxes, getting, aerated, Maybe she needs to chill a bit. Do you get what I'm saying? And then it all wouldn't kick off. Do you know what I mean? Yes, if you're pregnant, I don't know how pregnant she is, but you need to be chilled. You don't need to be getting your boxes screaming.
Can I just jump in, Miss Red?
You what, darling?
Can I just quickly jump in and drop down? Could I just have a little say on something? I'm quite busy. I need to drop down.
Yeah, go on quickly.
So what it is with Alphabet, I think that no matter what we do to try and make her feel comfortable would never be enough. Like, I understand how she feels, and I know that it must be so hard and difficult. But even if we had a unisex toilet, just to try and make her feel a bit more comfortable, or other people in her position, I do feel like they would scream from the rooftops that isn't enough. But my main concern is children. Like, I get that children are parents' responsibilities, of course, everybody knows that. However, it doesn't stop children from being curious and confused.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to stop this from going into our schools to be taught. So why is it that our children can go into a public toilet and clearly see somebody who presents as a woman but clearly looks of the opposite sex?
Yeah, I get that.
That's what I worry about, I get that everybody needs to feel comfortable in their own skin and they need to be, valued as a person. However, she forgets to think outside of the box and other people's feelings. Because regardless...
Can I talk? Can I just put in there, my darling?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, my husband... this is only my second time live, so I do apologise. My husband's female to male trans... and obviously uses the male toilets. And I've been shaking at these chats because honestly, if you knew, we're part of a massive trans group where we live. Yeah. And if you knew that a lot of these ladies, the trans ladies, are absolutely terrified to go out in society, never mind actually in the trans toilets, you'd all be quite shocked and quite sad.
But with respect, your husband is an Alphabet, she goes about it the wrong way, totally the wrong way, where she gets bad press. People look at her and disvalue her because of the way she acts.
Yeah,
if you want to be a woman,
people are like that, darling.
Yeah, of course, and I understand that.
Because she's in the public eye, it gives off a bad image for the trans community.
Of course.
But honestly, I just wish people were a little bit more kind, because calling him a he is not very kind for a start off. And honestly, everybody in the world's different. It could be anybody going into a toilet. And as far as cleanliness is concerned, my husband is one of the most clean people ever. Yeah. And he goes in the male toilets because he's obviously transitioned to be male. Yeah. And he said that they're absolutely disgusting. He has to go in a cubicle because obviously he doesn't have the genitalia of a man. If he was to go into a female toilet, because he looks just like a man. If you look at my pictures on my, my profile, you wouldn't know. So he would be actually at risk going into a female toilet. A lot of the female, it's different with the female trans ladies, because a lot of them do tend to be more masculine, but it's not really there. It's hard for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I just want to say, like, obviously, because we're speaking about Alpha Bar, she's she's infamous, famous on TikTok. But, we're just talking. I'm just referencing Alpha Bar. I'm not referencing any other person.
Yeah, of course, I see.
Yeah. So I'm just talking about Alpha Bar.
I understand that, Miss Red, and I appreciate that. I just wanted to come on as a wife of a trans person to say that it is really hard. Obviously Alpha Bar is like one of her own, isn't she? And she's not very. Yeah, well.
Do you know what, Sarah? I think these toilets need to happen. I really do. Because, like I said, I do see kind of like where Alpha Bar is coming from. If she was to go in a man's toilet, you don't know what would happen in there, obviously, because of how she presents, So I get it, and I do think that everybody needs to be accommodated for. It's human right to go to the toilet, and we should be able to do it, without feeling threatened by anything.
Definitely, but I just think because a lot of the female trans have had bad press because of what happened in the past with people going in the toilets. Not everybody's like that, and Alpha Bar's just one on her own, isn't she, basically. I just would like to say that not all trans people are perverts. That's what it comes across
absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm not saying Alpha Bar's one either. I said that. I'm not saying that. We're just talking about the Alpha Bar.
It's like not even thinking that they are a pervert. Like, without being sensitive here, but many women have been through things that are at the cost of a man. And that is quite threatening when you have been in that position before and you know that this person is presenting as a woman, however, doesn't really want to transition. I think she doesn't help herself. Yeah. Like, if you want to be a woman, then you do what you got to do. And that's fine. Like, I accept her as a woman and who she wants to be. However, her behaviour does not make anybody feel safe. And that's what she needs to understand.
Yeah. Transitioning from either male to female or female to male is one of the hardest things I've ever known someone can do. You definitely wouldn't choose it in life. It's just who you are. And honestly, anybody who just doesn't get it, we always say, me and my husband, if anybody doesn't understand anything, just ask us. We're quite open. We're very willing to chat to people.
Sarah, could I ask you a question about your husband?
Of course you can.
So you did say that he's not transitioned yet.
Oh no, he has.
He has.
He's not. He's had top surgery.
Right. Okay.
He's on hormones. He's on testosterone. He hasn't had bottom surgery. We pay private for all our treatment. We don't get anything on the NHS. And yeah, sorry, but yeah, bottom surgery for a female to male is quite.
I can imagine quite extortionate.
Yeah.
So where the difference is there, I think that causes a lot of riff-raff is the fact that Alpha Bar have openly stood there and said that she's not even going to start taking a hormone, which, consequently means that she wants to stay how she is, but dressing up as a female, but actually having a genitalia of a male.
You see, actually transitioning, people, even if they identify as a different gender, is actually fine. How can I? Sorry, I'm not right good at putting myself across because I have my own disability.
Darling, I'm terrible with words.
But if you identify as whatever gender, you don't actually have to have surgery. It's just how you identify. What you have in, like anybody, what you have in your pants is your own personal thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
People wouldn't think that my husband's trans because he does pass as male. But but obviously we've been part of a group where some don't, you know, and they go out into society, and some of them don't even walk around the streets, and it's really, really shocking how sad it is to see people who are even scared. So a lot of the trans women might be even scared to go in the female toilets because they do get hate of people, and you know, it's just not nice.
I get it.
Of course, yeah, definitely. Not nice at all.
Can I just quickly jump in on that, Miss Red? And that's what I was sat thinking as well.
Everybody on mute, and we'll just
So, like, everybody's concerned about everybody else's safety as well, right? And I completely understand that and I get that. But what people fail to realise as well, that transgender people, males, females, are not safe in the bathrooms either. Because I was just reading a story where a female to male got attacked in the male's bathroom, you know, and he was left in a really bad way. So it's their safety as well that everybody needs to take into consideration.
I agree.
Most definitely. But with Alphaba, her behaviour makes her unsafe. I would say so, because of the way that she screams things from the rooftops. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but Alphaba is loud. And yes, she can be loud. She can be proud that she's transgender. However, it's the way that she puts things across. Like that video, like her attitude is just totally just not right. If she, you know, she's not presenting herself where people are going to take her seriously and not, you know, feel like as if she's, I don't know.
You know what I feel like sometimes? I feel like she does it in a way of like, woohoo, look where I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, look at me, woohoo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, can I just quickly
think
say
I'm
something?
wrong, but
I just think I'm not transphobic in any way. I support a lot of trans people.
Yeah.
I just feel in some cases a cis woman's opinion, if we feel we're not safe or we feel our children aren't safe, it's straight away automatically, oh, you're transphobic. And it's like, no, not at all. It's like I said, I support a lot of trans people. I have friends that are trans. I hate the word cis, but I don't offend anyone.
I don't like that.
Can I ask what do you not feel safe about? What part do you not feel safe about?
Mine is I saw a trans woman on TikTok, but they very much had a full beard and they were dressing as a man, and then they was like, oh, if I want to go into a woman's toilet, I don't care. I don't care if your children are in there. And it's like, well, can you understand then why a woman won't feel safe and why she won't feel safe with her children?
Yeah, of course I would, but
that's the only way I say it is.
Yeah, that's not somebody who seems to be acting normal. I don't know what you can say.
I know
that.
people are in the comments saying, don't call me cis. I only said it so I don't offend anybody by saying women or biological women. I don't like the term cis.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying it not to offend anybody. I'm sorry if I do offend saying this.
I'm classed as a cis woman, whatever, you know. My husband's trans. We've got 3 granddaughters, you know, small granddaughters. I worry that people would think that anybody would be at risk near my husband. Like, say, young boys going to the toilet in the men's toilet and my husband's obviously in the cubicle doing whatever. Because, you know, it's just, it worries me that people would think that of my husband, that their children would be at risk. If you, just because you're a trans female doesn't mean that your children are going to be at risk. I mean, yes, there's weirdos out there, there's perverts, there's all sorts of bad people. But just be, you know, and even, you know, cis or straight people or gay people, there's bad in everybody. Not, you know, and I just worry that people think that because, you know, you might be transgender, that your children are going to be at risk because, you know, that worries me that people think my husband would be at risk with anybody's children.
Yeah,
I understand where you're coming from. I really do.
I just want to say, guys, for those that are asking what cis means, so cisgender is a term that's used to describe people whose gender identity matches the sex they were assigned at birth. For example, someone who was assigned a female at birth and identifies as a woman is cisgender, is a cisgender woman. On the other hand, AF an AFAB person who identifies as a man is a transgender man. Okay, it's all really confusing, isn't it? I get the beginning bit, but I don't get the end bit. So yeah, so basically that's what cis is. I just wanted to let you know for those that were.
Can I just say something though? Because
darling.
for me, right, I don't have an issue with alphabet at all, but I just think if they were taking hormones and actually making that step to transitioning, it wouldn't be as bad for them, because people wouldn't be saying what they're saying. They've sat on TikTok and said, I'm using this money for my trans journey, but what proof is there of them actually doing anything at all to transition? Because in my eyes, they're doing absolutely nothing.
Yes, 100%. And I agree. I really agree. And I think it's the mannerism of the individual. You know, so going back to what Sarah was saying about your husband doesn't behave in that manner that Alphaba does. And this is why Alphaba has all the attention, whether it's good or bad, towards her because of her.
Do that comment about Alphaba taking hormones to make me feel better. They say they've got gender dysphoria. So if you've got gender dysphoria that bad, surely you would be making that change to stop the gender dysphoria. Please don't say this to make me feel better, because at the end of the day, I know who I am. They clearly don't.
If you have gender dysphoria, it's nothing to do with anybody else. It's how like they feel inside. And if they want to transition, and that's down to the individual person. So what she's on about there, I've no idea. She to be honest, oh God, I'm probably going to get wrong for saying this, but she just doesn't sound like this very well. Do you know what I mean? This isn't all trans people. This is just one individual who's on TikTok who's got a large following.
It's just, one individual.
And she's got a large following. And to be honest, I mean, I've seen her videos. I've nothing against the girl. I've nothing against anybody, but obviously she does a lot for attention. And, I just wanted to say that that's not the whole of the trans community. She's just putting a bad light on it. And obviously Miss Red is like, I watch you every day, every time you're on. And I just wanted to say basically that, basically what I've said.
I hope you think I've been respectful with it, Sarah.
Sorry?
I hope you think I've been respectful with the way I've addressed things this morning.
I think you're very respectful. I was just sat here shaking at some of the comments in the. I mean, I can't read them quick enough because sometimes they go quite quick, and I'm just like, they were calling him he and all the rest of it. And when a trans person is misgendered, it causes them quite a lot of upset. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, obviously Alphaba's not a good.
Explain, sorry, darling, and the word muting people and blocking people. The mods explain.
Yeah, I understand that. I just would like to think that we're coming, like that people could be a bit more accepting in society. I mean, I've been married to a man. I've been married to a woman, a lesbian woman, and now I'm 3 times, and now I'm married to a trans person. And, we're all people. No, just because you're gay or you're trans or whatever, or you're straight, people are just who they are. It's no different. And it gets me worried when people think that we're all these great big monsters, If you're gay, you're trans.
Nobody thinks that, darling. Nobody thinks that. It's just such a sensitive debate with the whole toilets thing, So don't worry about it. No one's thinking that. It's just where Alpha's concerned. It's just such a big debate because of her character. So it's
I think as well.
Community. It's just Alpha with the character. That's all.
I think as well, Miss Red. One comment she said about. Obviously, you wouldn't want to go to the toilet after Alpha. I think there's a lot of people I wouldn't want to go to the toilet after, to be fair.
To be fair, I'll stand on my business there. I meant what I said. Yes.
There's quite a lot of people that you think,
Yeah, no, but I am entitled to my opinion, and I will stand by that. I would dread to use the toilets after the Alpha one, with the scaby gate and everything else.
No, I wouldn't either, so I agree.
There you go. Thank you, Sarah Strawberry, for joining. Thank you so much. Well done, Sarah. You did amazing.
Miss Fred, could I ask you?
Me out, please.
Can I ask you and Sarah a question? Sarah could just stay for 2 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Just wanted an opinion. So obviously in the chat we've discussed about like unisex toilets or transgender toilets.
Yeah.
Do you think that that would be an option? Would you think that, because obviously then we are kind of like segregating them as a community to, do you get what I mean? Will they feel as if they are being pushed aside if that was an option? Do you think that that would help people, or?
I kind of think that like certain places like what's the place called, the Burger Bar, do like separate toilets for male and female, so, like unisex toilets, so anybody could use it. I mean, I kind of think that's the way forward, really, so they can be kept clean and for everybody, whether you're male or female.
Because I don't like to use a unisex toilet.
Do you know why is that?
I just don't. I just don't feel necessarily safe, like hygiene wise
But
between.
it's what I mean is like a toilet that is like one. It's like the separate toilets, but they're all like you go in, you have a toilet, you have a basin.
Every unisex toilet I have been to have been absolutely disgusting.
Have they?
Like, so that is like why I wouldn't.
I mean, to be fair, no, I've been in some ladies' toilets and they've been horrendous. And if I've back in the day, I've gone into a man's toilet. The ladies' toilets have been full, and I've really needed to go. I've used the men's, and some of the men's toilets have been cleaner than the ladies. I ain't gonna lie. The toilets that I really am not a fan of are the portaloos. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones that I'm like, I can't cope. But yeah, well, thank you for joining, Strawberry and Sarah. I'm going to get some more people in the box.
Thank you. It was nice speaking to you, Miss Red. Take care.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Bye, ladies. Oh, I'm loving this discussion today. It's lovely, isn't it? Right, who was next, guys? We'll go with guys. Turn your mics on, everybody. Turn your mics on because we're really short of time today. And just join in whenever you want. Oh, we've got Papa Blaze. Oh, here's Papa Blaze. Yeah.
Can I also
just wanted to
point something
say-
out? And then I'll drop down. I just want to say that Alex, bless him, Prince Brat, I think people need to stop giving him so much grief because he's proper lovely. Yeah, he admits when he's done wrong, and this is why I've got blue and white hearts in my name, because I am very much Prince Brat, and if people don't like it, they know where they can take their face. Miss Red, it's lovely to see you back. I've had my say, so I'm going to drop and let somebody else in. But much love to everybody, and I'll see you all soon.
Thank you, Ellie. Kay, don't be rude, otherwise you'll get muted. I agree. Big love.
I'm seeing I agree, a lot of us women are saying we don't feel safe, and it's got nothing to do with being transphobia. It's just, why can't we say that we don't feel safe?
You're allowed to feel that.
As soon as we bring that up and say, no, I've known a lot of women who've experienced stuff, and it says, are we allowed to feel safe? It's straight away, oh, it's transphobic. It says it's not. We are allowed to feel safe, especially on a night out when a woman is under the influence and vulnerable. We should be allowed to go to the toilet and feel okay in there and be able to go alone to the toilets, not have to bring our friends with us. But whenever we bring this opinion up, we are straight away attacked. I tried to do it in Alpha Biz Live and I got blocked. And I was like,
it's almost like you're not allowed to feel away, without being branded this or branded that. You are allowed to feel.
Yeah. I said, in what way is saying a woman wants to feel safe transphobic? Is our opinion not allowed anymore? Are we not allowed to voice our opinions? We are being disregarded more and more and more and more. And like I said, I am supportive of trans women, trans men. I fully agree. Be your real, genuine self, but don't disregard the rest of us that do and would like to feel safe when we go to a toilet.
Yeah, I agree, darling. I agree. Guys, if you want to just speak up, you don't
I
have to.
genuinely think that's the issue, though. I genuinely think that women's rights and women in general just aren't respected anymore. We have to push our needs and what we need down to make them feel valid. And I totally respect trans people. I just want to point that out. Toby J, a trans man, he's amazing. Honestly, watch him, he's fantastic. Alexa Blake, trans woman, she's an amazing content creator. But these are people that understand that you don't need to take away rights of the true gender, like biological women, to make yourself feel valid.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's be honest, going to the toilet, you're in your most vulnerable position. And I've seen women squeezing into a cubicle with 2 or 3 other women just so that they can keep an eye and make sure the others are right. And it's like, no, I would like to go to the toilet and feel okay going to the toilet.
Yeah,
I don't think it'd be as bad if she was trying to do something to transgender, but she's like openly admitted she doesn't want to do she doesn't want to transgender. But also, everyone seems to forget that she's been spoken to about having interactions with children, so people are not going to feel safe with her being in the toilets with their children. And also, you have said yourself, Miss Red, that they should use the disabled toilets. You're not the only person to say that, other people have said that. Yeah. I have a disabled daughter, so my disabled daughter has got to wait for the toilet because there's a transgender person in there. Because there's a transgender person in there. Do you know what I mean? And it's
do you not like it?
Well, it's not that I don't like it, but why should they be using the disabled toilets?
Like, that's a valid point, to be fair. Okay, like seeing the other end of, you know, the situation, because I did say, you know, use the disabled toilet, and then, you know, you feel that why should? Okay, that's valid.
It's not that like I ain't bothered. If you do want to transition to be a male or a female, then yeah, use the toilet. But if you were sent to prison, you would be sent to a male prison, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I ain't bothered if you're going to use like the women's toilets. But if you're going through the transition, if you're just cross-dressing, which Alphabet is, she's not a transgender person, she's a cross-dresser.
Right, okay.
Hi, sorry, can I just add something to that? How are you all doing, sorry?
Hello, Ursula, darling.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, great to hear. I just wanted to add something to that, because I've heard a few people say that in this live, which is completely fine. If you don't know everything about it, that's understandable. Not everyone knows everything. But it's just the label of transgender. It doesn't necessarily mean transitioning to the other gender. So Alphabet could be a transgender person. It doesn't necessarily mean that she needs to make any sort of transition. If you were to make the point that, you know, Alphabet is bad for saying she wants to raise money for transitioning and that she hasn't, I understand that, but not transgender doesn't mean to transition, and I don't think everyone understands that fully.
I don't get that though, Ursula. Can I explain why? Like, transition means to, you know,
Transition, that's what we call trans.
You know, so why, if you're not going to go through the transition, why be called transgender? You know, I don't. Yeah. No, I'm not being ignorant. I just don't.
No, don't worry.
I just thought, you know.
Yes, trans isn't an abbreviation of transition. It's an abbreviation of transgender. So how people would use the term cis to, you know, identify a sex and a gender aligning, it's the opposite. So the opposite of that would just mean it doesn't align. So a non-binary person would fall under the definition of transgender. They don't have to make any changes because obviously they don't want to be the opposite sex, but they just don't correlate. So they would be transgender. Does that make sense?
A little bit. Do you know, I'm 43 and I'm still getting my head round all this, darling. I learn something new every day.
Yeah, of course. It's a transgender male to a transgender woman, or a male to a female. But it's just not the only definition of transgender. It's anything where it doesn't align the sex and the gender. I don't know if I'm explaining it a bit dodgy.
I'm sorry. Am I like? I just don't understand. I'm sorry.
No, it's like.
So why does transgender people want tampons and sanitary towels to not be for females only?
I'm not transgender. I couldn't comment on that, unfortunately.
I never knew about that. What was you going to say?
Before, I just want to make a point. If somebody had, you know, mental health issues or something else going on, you wouldn't force somebody to take medication or to do something they didn't want to do. So, you know, I don't see this as any different. I'm not saying, you know, there's other things I don't agree with. But I just wanted to make that point, I think everybody has their own journey, their own choices in life, and I don't think we should be kind of putting somebody in a box and saying, you must do this, you must do that. I don't know what everyone else's opinion is, but that's kind of my take on that.
Someone said you don't choose to be a transgender anyway.
She's tried to raise funds to do it, but then when she's raising funds, she's not doing it.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't agree with that, but I'm just saying, in general, I think, we've had it with CLA with why doesn't she take medication and things like that. I just think we shouldn't be really telling people what to do with their bodies. I should take medication for my mental health, but I have health anxiety as well. So putting things into my body makes me feel uncomfortable. So, there's other reasons. It's not just that people oppose it just to be annoying. It's, there are other reasons. So.
Okay, I respect that. I do get that. Hi, Papa Blaze.
Yeah, right. All I was going to say is, I think if you actually look at it respectfully on the app, whatever situation you're in life, it's your representation of the people representing you that shows the most. Okay, now a football club, say for instance, isn't going to have someone that's done the worst of crimes being the captain of the football club. Yeah. Now, if you look at TikTok and the people that are representing these male to female transitions, you're talking Elphaba, Holly Stanley, you're talking Jade Palmer. These are the people that people are seeing on TikTok day in, day out. Nobody is representing male to female transitioning transgender people in a good light unless you're on a different side of TikTok. And that is the problem. People are only seeing the horrible people, the nasty people, the people that have done the worst of crimes and become a transgender. And I'm not going to sit here and bullshit about anything. A lot of them that have done wrong, like Jade Palmer, like Holly Stanley, have transitioned for one reason and one reason only, to hide their true identity and the true crime. The ones that truly believe that they are transgender are doing what they can to support themselves. And then second to that, these females that have transitioned or transitioning or pretending to transition and be a woman, they're not acting like women. They're not acting like ladies. They're not acting like your mum, your sister, your daughter should do. They're acting like complete imbeciles. And that is why people are scared, because everyone's perceiving transgender female, male to female, as being these type of people. And that is the issue. No one's seeing the good side of the transitioning.
Yeah. Okay, valid point, guys. I mean, I think you're winning the comment section, Papa Blaze, with that statement you've just made. Yeah, I agree. We do see some questionable, the Jade Palmer, the Holly Stanley, Elphaba. Would I put Elphaba in because they're
she's not with them, she's just vile.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Yeah. But I'm going to drop because I'm at work. But all I can say is, why don't people try and find, like yourself, and anybody else, try and find people that can come on and tell the story of them transitioning for the right reasons, from being a child, the childhood, the things that the way they thought, and see their life. Now, like that other lady was on earlier saying she's married to a transgender male to female, no, female to male. Get the good stories on, find the good people that represent these people as good people and as actual transgender people, not horrible, nasty people. Let's stop going in the lives of these and highlighting them for what they are, because they are just, I would call them transgender hijackers. That's all they are.
Oh,
the hijackers.
Transgender hype.
Miss Red, can I just quickly ask a question? Are we allowed to talk about...
In charge. Carry on, guys.
I'm just wondering if we're allowed to talk about anything that's been on the FYP, because I kind of jumped up about something else. I don't want to butt in with a different subject.
Can we play some interval music? Miss Red's gone for a mare third.
My phone's got units on 3%.
See, I think Evil Queen is a good example of that, from feeling like she has from a young age and things. But again, she's done some questionable things. So it's not like, she's not all roses, really.
So Miss Red, I was saying, are we allowed to discuss anything that we've seen on the FYP, or is it just solely this? Because if it's just solely this, I'm not educated enough to have this, but I did want to discuss something that I have seen on the FYP.
What have you seen, darling?
Only Tony official.
Okay, so I did see... Sorry, darling. I had this video ready to play but I was running out of time. So obviously I've seen little bits, but I don't know the ins and outs of what's happened. So if you could explain to me the situation.
Yeah, so basically yesterday there was a live, and basically only Tony Official had said to Exposed, which is a woman that suffered DV basically, and he turns to her and he says, "Would you like to be punched again?" Now she's like, "What? What did you just say?" And he repeated himself 3 times. So that's what he says to Exposed. But then on that video, I think it might be the same one where he's sitting calling women prostitutes and their grannies are prostitutes. I just think it's disgusting. I just think for a man who holds himself at such a high standard of protecting children and saving our kids and got this hero complex, how he can sit then in a next live and sit and disrespect and degrade women like that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I, to be fair, like I say, guys, I did have the video here to play because I didn't know the ins and outs. I was looking for, for further stuff on the FYP, but I didn't know the ins and outs of everything that had happened. So I was going to ask what happened, but I ran out of time to play any more videos.
Michelle, I'll also tag you in another video of obviously the one that I've just explained. It's like 10 minutes of just nothing but vileness coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it all.
Yeah, I will tag you in it, Miss Red, but I'll jump down anyway, and thanks for having me in your box.
No problem. It's all right. I'm just trying to find the video. Where's it gone? Oh, 10 videos. Here we go. So this was a video I got. It's from the Truth Hurts account.
The following video is extremely disturbing.
That was it.
You've been warned.
Children deserve to be.
Oh no, that wasn't it. Oh no, that was that guy, that Mark. That's the one I was gonna play, but I did see the only Tony Official situation, but I didn't get 100% what was going on, so I wanted to watch it, and I didn't have enough time to see, so I could say what I wanted to say. But yeah, we'll look at it and we'll talk about it tomorrow if that's okay. If you can tag me in all the videos, that would be amazing. But there's this guy that I just want to make people aware of. Let me just put my box bigger. So guys, this is a trigger warning. Luke was speaking about it yesterday on his live, but I couldn't stay in the whole time because I had Tilly. But this guy, man, this guy...
I said a lot of children ask to be groomed. That's what I said. There's a difference. And it's true, actually. There are reports of children on apps like Adult Lives on TikTok, Monkey.tv. I'm sorry, Monkey app, rather. Monkey app. And also Omi TV. If anyone's familiar with those applications. But yeah, the lies of I said that children deserve to be, you know what? That's not true. I don't believe that. I'm not a sick individual like you people. And the thing that's so funny to me is that it's mainly Caucasian people. It's mainly Caucasian people. It's mainly Caucasian people that are lying on me.
This guy, honestly, it makes me feel sick. It made me feel sick yesterday. I couldn't even watch everything that was going on. So P in the comments, guys, has just commented his name. His name is thankfully Mark. So if you've got any children that have TikTok, please make sure that this guy is blocked, because this guy is what we would consider on TikTok as a wrong gun. This guy is a wrong gun for saying that he thinks children deserve to be groomed. What? Are you insane? It's sick. What's his name? It's in the comments, guys, his name. Thankfully, Mark. So if you have children, please make sure that this account is blocked, because this guy is next level sick. Is what's it called? Ideology. What's the word? It's
Ideology.
Ideology.
and we'll speak about it more tomorrow, but I will put a trigger warning up, okay? We will speak about it more tomorrow because we need to bring awareness on this guy. Luke did amazing awareness on it yesterday. I think other people have been doing awareness. Angie went in and questioned the guy, and I think she did it amazing. But we need to speak about it as well. All right, guys. But I will do my FYP, and then I'll restart the live, and then we'll talk about this guy because I want to do it with gifts off because I don't want to get gifts off the back of bringing awareness on who this man is. All right. We've got no more time for boxes, unfortunately, everybody. But I just want to. Has everybody spoken the boxes?
I have, thank you very much.
Have you spoke, Abby? Yes.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Oh, thank you, Miss Red. Bye.
Bye, gracias.
Thank you, Ursula, darling.
It's all right. It's all right. If you ever need any more talks about anything, invite us up and I'll join.
I will. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
You too, love. Anastasia, have you spoken, love? I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. It was actually my first time in a box, so thank you.
Oh, it was amazing. I love it when we get newbies in boxes. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Kaylee, darling, have you spoken?
No.
I didn't think you asked. Hi, darling.
It's okay. I've actually forgot what I was going to say. I think it was just about the toilets. Obviously, I took my son in the toilet the other day, and there was actually a transgender woman coming to the toilets, but it turned out that he wasn't actually transitioning. He was just a predator.
Really?
And he started talking to us and stuff, and obviously made us feel really uncomfortable. So I kind of don't agree with the unisex toilets, but I do think there should be something in place where they can't come in the women's kind of thing. Because obviously there is a lot of predators out there, and they could just be doing it like to use the toilets to prey on women.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you experienced that, darling, and you shouldn't have to experience that. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry that, you never got a chance.
It's okay. My son woke up anyway, so it was kind of hard.
So sorry, darling. I do apologise, but I'm sure we'll be having much more of these conversations, and you're free to join and everything else. But I'm sending you all my love.
Thank you.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye, darling. Oh, bless her. You see what I mean, guys? It's such a sensitive. Oh, why am I small again? It's such a sensitive conversation, isn't it? Such a sensitive conversation to have. Guys, I'm really sorry I was late today. Nor to Miss Red being an hour late, but I was on a really important phone call. Thank you, everybody, for the love. And I'm sorry if you was triggered by some of the conversations today. Thank you to the mod who pinned these helplines. In the corner, we have helplines. We have the Samaritans, Shout, Sane Line, and Switchboard. Thank you so much to the mod that did that. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, we will be discussing topics of conversation, which I never had today, the iPad. Do you know what happens, guys, right? Do you know one of our favourite videos in the iPads, right? What happens is when the video gets blocked or, deleted, it's just like a white square. So it takes out the videos that I've saved. So bring on the TikTok studio. Yeah, so we'll have it all on the TikTok studio. Yeah, thank you to the mods for keeping the room safe. I know you do your best and sometimes things slip through our fingers and things, but you do an amazing job. Thank you for keeping the room safe. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, guys. Big love, my Prince Brat, Jade, Anastasia, Claire A. Thank you, darling T, Stormy Rain, Fawny, Carol, Cypress Mum, Rain, Regan, Mishi, Amethyst, Roxy, Claire, Kate, darling, Danielle, Joe, Kate, Karen, Melissa, Jamie, Shal, and everybody else. Even if you just tap the screen and sat in the live, thank you so much. We will be back tomorrow. Big love, Mishi. I will be on time. Yes. Do you know what, guys? I'm going to come on Saturday. We'll do Saturday this week. So we'll do Friday and then we'll come on Saturday as well. We'll do FYP on Saturday. Thank you, Brandy, thank you so much. I know we talk about sensitive subjects, but if it's on TikTok, it's on FYP, we've got to talk about it no matter what it is, you know. I'm sending love to you, Sammy Louise, sending all my love to you. Guys, I'm going to get going. I'm so dry. I'm really thirsty. And have a lovely day. Yes, have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.